You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Tuesday, right? It is Tuesday, the 10th of August, 2021. I want to double check because I slept forever. Yeah, that happens. All right, Tuesday, the day with no feel. Has no feel. Monday's got a feel. Monday, you got a case of the month. Wednesday, hump day, that's tomorrow. You made it there. So you're officially halfway through the work week. You 9 to 5ers, 8 to 4s, 8 to 5s, 9 to 6s. You know who you are. You're there when the sun is up. Monday through Friday. Sun up jobs. Tuesday has no feel. Tonight's show will give it a feel. You like the way I segued into there? We're going to do it again. Just for a moment, I've got to touch on it. Because we have to. That's why. If there's activity from the person that triggers a response from me, then I've got to talk about it. So if I see somebody on Twitter saying something or posting something that really is nothing, again, I got to say something about nothing. It's a little... That's a little ironic. I know what the hell I'm hearing. It sounds like somebody's got their dryer on. You understand? You know the sounds? Sounds of the rivets on your blue jeans or the buttons on a vest. A vest. Who wears a vest? What else we doing? Oh yeah, the UFO phenomenon. It may not be real. Maybe is it phenomena or phenomenon? What I'm trying to say is I don't know if it's aliens, guys. I need a drink. Cottonmouth for no reason. One reason. It's the only reason. Hey, Uncle Joe, how you doing? I'm doing good, Rich. Anytime I know you're going to say something silly, I'll correct you because you're smart. Uncle Joe, you really understand me. Of course I do, kid. I follow you. I follow you all the way in New York. Uncle Joe, everybody. Where you going? You know where I'm going. Under the rock from which I crawled. Hey, that's where I live. According to some people, I need to go back under the rock from which I crawled. That's my line. You can't use that against me. I think I first heard that line in a movie. Somebody said it. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. Come out from under the watch. Now I can't say it. I said it right the first time. Now I can't. I'm not even going to try it. Came out from under the rock from which you crawled. Come on. It's one sentence. It's what I do. Roll call, C1D1. Welcome to the show. Martin R. Welcome to the show. I'm going backwards. Oh, it jumped already. B. Baker's in the house. Well, two B's are better than one. Welcome to the show. Bob M's in the house. Welcome to the show. Mr. Catfish 2100. Welcome to the show. Hey, Greg Troll. Welcome to the show. Misty OC Dragons. Welcome to the show. Shane Rodriguez. What is up? The chat is on fire. I've never seen it so fast. Welcome to the show. Distortion of Reality. Welcome to the show. Mike Rotunda. Welcome to the show. I've never seen it this fast. What is happening? Mario UFO. Welcome to the show. You know, I'm really glad you guys are here tonight. That makes me happy. We may have to go to slow mode soon. Hey, Justin. Welcome to the show. There are options, these new options that YouTube gave us. Let me check them out in a minute. Let me do roll call. Hey, Justin, welcome to the show. Helen Crystal Energy, welcome to the show. I got to go quick now. Hellfire Studios, welcome to the show. So don't get mad if I don't get to you. Alien Girl, Una, one. I was going to say your ones with a different language. One, uno, un. Something like that. I couldn't get it out. Thomas Fessler, who's on after GUFON tonight. He's got a good guest tonight. Controversial. It's oh crap. Who is it? It's Kelly Driftler. What is Carrie Cassidy. Got it. Oh, here it is. I was pulling it up at the same time, but I remembered. So we're going to go. Oh, it's going to be a good show. Very controversial. See? There we go.
Welcome, doggies. Gonna have a good one tonight. I've snuck in here and taken over the camera. But before we get started, I need to say hello to everybody in the chat. At least I know I can do that. Let's take a look and see who's here. Martin R. Welcome to the show.
He's doing roll call too.
Brian, wait a minute.
Hey, Greg O'Brien, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
67, welcome to the show. Martin R. Hey, welcome, Martin.
What is going on? Is that me? He said it at the same time I did. That was weird. Is that because you remembered? You memorized the show? No. He's doing roll call too. Martin R. Welcome to the show. That is Mr. Thomas Fessler. I can't speak again. Have you noticed every single night I cannot speak? So starting tonight, I'm not going to say it anymore. It should be known I can't speak. Let's finish up roll call. Coral Ann in the house. Welcome to the show. Betty Don't Get Chick. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better. Welcome back. Adelaida / Daisy Longmire, welcome to the show. Ash Dobbs, welcome to the show. Randall Hill. Wasn't there a wide receiver for Minnesota Vikings named Randall Hill? That was Randall. This is Randall Hill. Okay. Welcome to the show. Easy E021. Welcome to the show. First Floor Audio. There he is. Welcome to the show. We can start now with Elena Ianu here. Officially, we're starting. Z Pearl Dragon, welcome to the show. If I missed anybody, that's the way it goes. I can't get everybody. Stu Gerson. Hey, there he is. It is the Stu Gerson voice. Actually, it isn't. If you, it is, but I don't do the same thing. It's a little different. Stu Gerson. That's more of an Irish. What am I doing? It's not the same. I don't do the English accent on the other one. It's just the way it is. Now I don't know who I am. Welcome to the show. Stu Gerson's the largest man around. Bigger than a galaxy. A universe, even. That's who he is. Kingfish Kebab, welcome to the show. All right, so we got a lot to say tonight. A couple videos I want to play. So, Jill Delight, welcome to the show. Gigi, Abby Lynn, welcome to the show. I can't miss these people. Come on. We already said hi to Greg, but we'll say it again anyway. What's up, Greg O'Brien? Welcome to the show. Marco, I didn't forget you. I saw you. You slipped by, and now I got you. Welcome to the show. Tina Mobley, welcome to the show. You can find Gypsy Jewelers all the way down at the bottom of the show's description. That's Tina Mobley's jewelry shop. If you want to go check out the goods, the link's in the description. Hey, you want to hear something interesting? I've got a couple of emails from you, some messages elsewhere about having to resub GUFON. Like, you noticed there were some other anomalies, like, hey, I was unsubbed to some other channels as well that I thought I had a subscription to. Not a subscription, I was a subscriber to. So, all right, I figured it's not a perfect system anyway. There's going to be some glitches here and there, but I don't expect it to be where people are unsubscribing on a regular basis. So now that you know and you remembered, make note of it. If it happens again, you know I'm right. I know I'm right. I know I'm right because it's happened now a couple of times where I've been unsubscribed at Third Phase of Moon. It's weird. It's like the places you go to the most, they remove you from. In our genre, or I think it's whatever you like, because there's political channels that have also been removed and First Amendment channels that have been removed. I would never unsub those channels. And the funny thing is, I noticed I wasn't getting their videos recommended anymore. But I didn't bother to check the subscribership until I noticed I was unsubbed. So thanks for checking. It has helped. We got a lot of subscribers back into the GUFON family here, so good for that. I always look for something to talk about. This must be the most crocheting would have to be the next topic that has less stuff happening that's new in it on YouTube. There's not a lot of information that comes out every day. The information that comes out every day are rehash stories or somebody just making a comment and putting it in an article, on CNN or something else. Nothing new is happening. So we have to dig a little bit, look for some interesting things to talk about, maybe teach you a few things in the process, learn myself, always learning. I'm not saying I know everything because I don't. Because nobody can be an expert in the field. Nobody can. So there are no experts. Why? Why? To be an expert in something, you have to be able to analyze it physically, scientifically, right? Get all your instrumentation around it. We don't have a UFO to investigate. Nobody does. So you can't be an expert on UFOs. You're an expert maybe on seeing things in the sky. There are experts at that. You know, just because looking up at the sky, I hate to say it, I'm not tooting my own. I am an expert looking up. I would have to be at this point. How could you not? Yeah, how could you not? But there's always stuff that you've never seen. It amazes me. There's always a new configuration. So nobody's an expert, not even me. You really can't be. I'm as close as one as you could be, but there's always something new. Really, there is. And some of that actually has to do with our interaction in the atmosphere. You know, we spray those chemicals. You know it's true. Don't deny it. If you're denying that happens, please, come on. Now I know you're joking. Now I know you're just busting my chops if you don't believe in that. Been documented. It was on the news. I have a Fox 10 News story about, what is it called? Diana Earth? Something like that. Dynagel. It's a substance made out of diapers. That's what they make diapers out of, is this stuff called Dynagel. And Dynagel evaporates moisture. So when we had that big hurricane, Katrina, they had on the news, if we could fill up 20 jumbo jets full of this stuff, and they showed an airplane inside with the seats out and the chemicals all lined up, and they show video of them spraying this stuff. And the news guy goes on, if we could spray this into thunderstorms or the eye of a hurricane, we could turn a category 5 into a category 2. Far less damage, far less, death and whatnot. And that's what they did in Arizona. And I documented it. And I said, I know what's going on now. There's no heat island. You're going to tell me thousands and thousands of years of monsoon season flowing up through the Southwest for 3 months out of the year suddenly stops for a decade? And no, this has never had such less rain. I mean, in Phoenix, they only got 7.5 inches of rain a year. We had 2.5 inches, 4 inches. It's awful, non-existent. And because they were spraying those chemtrails in the storms, and I don't think it had anything to do with money. It had everything to do with money, nothing to do with the environment. It had to do with making those thunderstorms less violent. So there were less power outages, right? Less insurance claims from trees falling and buildings falling on cars and accidents, and less a whole bunch of other stuff you could throw on top of it. And that makes sense to me. And every now and then we'd get a bad storm, and you know what? There were no 3 days. If they couldn't spray 24 hours in either direction, so you had to have 3 days of continual non-spraying, no spray for 3 days. That was the kicker, because it takes time for that shit to get out of the air, I think. But I think that's why it's always about money, guys. It always is. Speaking of money, Shane Rodriguez with a $5 super chat. A credible source told me people getting unsubbed who don't have a bell on all for some reason. For your information, what I was told, and I haven't had an unsub since. Oh. So if they don't have the bell on, they could be unsubbing. Interesting. Yeah. So don't forget, when you sub this show, you have to sub it. Just do it. You're not hurting anybody. It feels good. You know you did the right thing. and then share it. Just one person. Who do you know? That's the problem. Nobody wants to admit they listen to the show. That's it. I'm like chocolate to fat people. Yeah, you're not supposed to have it, but you're going to have it. You're not going to tell anybody, are you? Going to have that chocolate. Just a little bite. That's all. 15 minutes. That's all I ask. If you share it with anybody, God bless. Thank you, Shane Rodriguez, $5 super chat. As you know, super chat, super stickers always keep the show alive. We want to go full time. It's the only way to keep it on. PayPal. I hate it. Thank you, Shane. Can't even look up. Is that another one? Oh, it's just one. Just one. I meant it's just one. You know what I meant. Stop turning it around on me, Rich. Rich is talking to himself. No, I'm not. I got little Lou over here. He listens. He understands. He's 50, 51, 52. Sorry, he's 52 years old. We're almost the same age. Well, I didn't say he was I adopted him. Yeah, I'm like a guardian now, Yeah. All 11 kids are back. They closed down the school because of the new cove, the new. So the kid came home. So we got all 11 here. Can you believe they want us to wear masks indoors? Nah. In my home, I mean. Come on. What am I, 8? I'm only going to tell this story once. Do what you want. Don't listen to me. Because I'm just going to say it. Right? I have underlying health issues. Right? Not the worst. But the one that I have is supposed to be really bad if you go outside around other people in an enclosed environment, like an airplane. I took 4 airplanes across the country, there and back, 2 and 2 planes, right? Went through 4 airports, thousands of people walking side by side, getting in and out of cabs, standing on a bus around other people. Came home. How did it not get me? It should have gotten me. I should have been got. That's because I had it back in January. I think I have those antibodies. You understand? I know. Michael, Dark Hour Paranormal. Same trips as me. Different planes, but he did. Same risk. Nothing. 2 guys, huh? I think there was another one. Darcy Weir. Same thing. He lives freaking far. He lives in the Yucatan. All right? Imagine. Ding, 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 ding. He's fine. Do it, whatever makes you feel good. The only reason I feel like wearing a mask is because Arizona, really, you couldn't go in the stores without them. So when I'm out here in Florida, you don't have to wear them. Okay? It feels weird. I almost like wearing it, but I don't like it because it's hotter. It's much hotter out here. I can't wear one out here. It's so humid. In Arizona, the heat goes right through it. But when it's humid, but you don't have to wear one, right? But I've gotten conditioned in my mind that other people aren't going to like it, but they're not wearing them either. I looked at the numbers, and I'm not getting political. I'm just giving you numbers and facts in my life. I couldn't believe it. When I left Arizona, they had the lowest new cases, right? It's like 1,800 or something. Over here in Florida, 12,000 new cases. I think it's 14,000 in a week. We're going backwards, man. And they're blaming it on the people who aren't in the arm. They didn't get the scary. All I know is they ballooned those numbers last year. They ballooned them. We were lied to left and right. Nobody knows the real numbers. But there's somewhere in that area that they're giving us, I guess. I think it's more. I think it's less. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to work. Let's get to work. I don't know why I went there. I haven't talked about that in a long. Oh, that's why I don't talk about it. You shouldn't. What's this? The zombie apocalypse coming? Tomorrow there's supposed to be some huge announcement that's going to make America either go crazy or really, really nuts. So go buy toilet paper. Let's see what this is.
What was said, there is unfortunately no recording, but what you're about to see is a mock-up of what actually happened that is often confused with the real thing.
This is the voice of Allah, representing.
Oh, yeah. Remember this? This is a remake of it. Yeah, there was that interruption. This message came through on the TV and everybody started freaking out. Holy shit, it's Vrillin. It's a representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command. Whatever happened to them? Haven't heard about them since. See, this is why ufology doesn't work. That's why you see the thing, the UFO phenomenon, it's not real. Everything is not, it's not. I know you're going to say, okay, well, what about the people who saw this? I don't have an explanation. What about that object that was over O'Hare Airport? There's video of it. It was a disc. You saw it. Yep, I sure did. Yep, but that was in the mid 2000s, right? 2005 or 6. Could have been a military drone testing out the airport, seeing how they react. Or it's a UFO. But that's the problem I have. Nobody knows. And here these people have an opportunity. This is what makes me really upset. They have an opportunity to do something magical. And they stop after just this broadcast, this one time. They should have came back 10 years later and done it again. And then after that, say, hey, we're getting close. We can see the moon from here. So we'll be there in 2 days. Can you imagine the panic that would have happened? They had a chance to make the world go crazy and they blew it. Why even bother that if you're not going to go all the way to the end? Hey, Charlie, let's break into the news and we'll act like we're aliens. Can I be Vrillin? Yeah, okay, you be Vrillin. And this is it.
Speaking to you. For many years, you have seen us as lights in the shadows. We speak to you now. You send us things we have done to your brothers and sisters all over this, your planet Earth. We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world.
And the beings on your worlds around you. Oh, yeah? They had a chance, right? Could have done really good thing with this Vrillin character, but they didn't. I just wanted to play that because how's Jeremy Corbell any different? How? How is Jeremy Corbell any different than Vrillin? In my opinion, he's not. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, I didn't mean to talk about Corbell today. Didn't even want to be honest. But I'll do it because I have to. Let me pull up the tweet. So there is he recommends a video to watch. Come on, man. Why do you got to do that? He says, to truly understand the events and implications of the Tic Tac UFO capture, watch this excellent analysis by @alpha_check. He exposes and annihilates the biased nonsense of lazy debunkers and highlights key, irrefutable aspects needed to bring clarity. That's what he put, clarify. Oh, needed to bring, it should be clarity, not irrefutable aspects needed to bring clarify. I guess the spell check didn't work. And then he says, excellent. So I watched the video. Yeah, here it is. Hold on. Oh, yeah, we're going to go over some Barone sightings. Oh, yeah, I have a couple of UFOs to show you. You know, I thought I had it. Here it is. All right. I'm not going to play this whole thing because I can't. It's 30 minutes long, you know. But in this video, Alpha Check, let me show you. You know, talks to Mick, you know, you get Mick West in there. They talk about what he explains. You know, it's...
Or launch and steering. The F-18 has multiple ways to designate a primary target.
And then they have Fravor and I think, is it the Underwood or is it the other pilot? Well, anyway, they explain how the instrumentation works. Well, I've seen this already, right? So I'm watching the video and I'm like, yeah, I've seen all this already. So it's nothing new. It's just Alpha Check, just rehashing it. And Jeremy Corbell acting like it was all new. Not acting like it. All right, he didn't act like it. It was it's almost like he was insinuating, like, here's an analysis. It's just with him, everything now comes off to me as that way. And I have to bring back myself to a normal way of thinking when it comes to him or Elizondo. It's not that hard. It's just having to remember to do it because immediately I see the name in a tweet and I'm like, you know, and I'm looking at it and I'm reading it and I, you know, just like shaking my head. So I have to imagine myself as somebody else. The analysis was good, but then I started thinking, Corbell's videos, every one of them that he brought up, remember? The one on the radar, the most recent one, the splashdown one, whatever that one is. And then we got the Boca. You remember that one? Right? And then the one before that, some blob of Shiite. Yeah, nothing. It's awful. So all of those videos, except for one, was, in my opinion, debunked 100%. The radar one, if I believe those are UFOs, that's not impressive to me. But I don't know either way. So on that one, I have to say I don't know. So that leaves me with the other 2 or 3 that I believe have been debunked, and 2 that you really can't either way. It's not really a good track record as far as showing us videos of UFOs. Now, not that the videos are bad. That by itself is alarming, but it's what Jeremy Corbell says is happening in those videos that doesn't match up. For instance, the one with the bokeh, right? With the airplane one with the flashing light, and he calls it a pyramid. Then there's two other stationary ones, which are actually stars, but the person was using the monocular night vision scope and made a little thing so it blocked out the light so you can get more detail of what's in the sky. And that's called bokeh. That's why the effect showed up. But Jeremy Corbell said that the Russell was swarmed by UFOs. Something like 11 or 14? Man alive, are you kidding me? Where's that? Where's that video? See, that's what I want to see. I don't want to hear you telling me about it. So when he does that, and he's done it on all of them, you get some story. It's like, where's that? You can't say there. He used swarm and invasion, attacking a fleet of scary vehicles with claws. I mean, what's coming up next? They had hair and teeth. So I think he's the new Doty. Jeremy Doty. Is Elizondo Doty? Not really. I may have been wrong. It's Jeremy Corbell. Elizondo never gave us video after video. He just approved those 3 other pieces of shit. The gimbal, the go fast, tic-tac. Other blobs of shit that are on the screen that really could be anything. Yeah. Those. Yeah. Well, but that gimbal is just so interesting. The way it turns. Fuck off. It's not what you think it is. Do you really think all of a sudden after 77 years, the government's going to say, give them the goods? Yeah, go ahead. Lift it all off. I don't care. Show them the blobs first. They won't know. They don't understand that. Yeah, show them those. Sir, those are just the back asses of airplanes and the one's a bird. Not if we say it isn't, Johnson. Not if we say it isn't. Off-world vehicles. Huh? You like that, Johnson? Off-world vehicles. Write it up. Joe, get the New York Times on the phone right now. Hello, Eddie. It's Captain Dick. I've got a good one for you. Here it is. You ready? 2 words. Off-world vehicles. I know. I'll write a compound word, but you know what I mean. You like it? Got a story for you. Check it out. I've got a video that goes with it. And I got a kid of mine here. See, his name's Jeremy. Yeah, he's Nap's boy. He's Nap's boy. Yeah, Nap okayed him. He's a good kid. Good kid. Crazy eyes. He is going to be our scapegoat. We'll give him the video. Give him some cockamamie story, right? We'll tell him there was like, I don't know, 25, 30. All right, 11, 14, whatever. We'll go lower. We'll tell him there were 14 to swarm at him, but we can only show him this video with one and the one with the stars. We'll tell him they're UFOs. That's what we'll do. But they were swarming the Russell. What do you say? And that's how it happened. Nap gets the call. Yep. Okay. I'll take 2 cabs. Got it. Jeremy, code blue. Code blue. Jeremy knows what code blue is. He's got his go bag in the closet. He's got a week's full of meals. They're going to break the story. Jeremy, meet me at the Crescent Hotel, 7 p.m. Wear a black suit. But I don't have a black suit. Wear something black. And don't wear sunglasses and shave that beard. Sir, I can't shave the beard. It's part of me. So they give Corbell this video and they say, hey, kid, here's what you're going to say. You're going to say there's a swarm of them, but I only see one. Well, I don't understand this video. There's only one object moving and it looks like a plane. Hey, Jeremy, do you want the job? Yeah, I want the job, but just tell everybody there was 14 of them. Tell them that was a UFO. We're giving you a lot of money to say this. I made this much money in my whole career. Thank you. I will do it. Is that a $5 super chat? Did I miss it? Dorothy Hawkins with a $5 super chat. That just straight up right into the kitty cat. No message, nothing, pure support. Gotta love it. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto, generoso. That's right. You could help support the stream. Support GUFON. We like to be full-time as often as we can. Boots on the ground. Washington. Yeah. It's coming. Thank you, Dorothy. GB. Alien bless you. Hey, alien girl. Rich is hysterical. Who's being funny? I'm being funny? What am I funny? What am I, like a clown or something? I don't understand. Funny how? Like what? I'm here to amuse you? That's nice. So I'm a clown. Huh? I'm here to amuse you. No. I wish I could do Joe Pesci just once. Just once. That's the coolest sounding voice ever. Joe Pesci's voice is funny. As soon as you hear it, you're like, I laugh inside. I'm like, fucking, he could be anybody with that voice. It's a great voice. I'm here I can't even change. I'm here to amuse you. It's more like Tony Soprano. That's kind of where I could. Yeah. Where's all the gabagool? Every show, every Soprano show. Who ate all the freaking gabagool? Huh? Who ate the gabagool? So I'm bringing all of this up for a reason. Not only does that make Jeremy Corbell the new Richard Doty, I mean, he's not going up to witnesses. I'm not saying he's Doty that way. He's not a real Doty. He doesn't have the cojones to be a real Doty, dude. Jeremy Corbell is more like Patsy Doty. Patsy Doty. Holy, gotta write it down. Jeremy Corbell's new name is Patsy Doty. That's it. Patsy Doty. Fucking A, that's beautiful. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but his new name is Patsy Doty. You will never hear me say Jeremy Corbell again. It's Patsy Doty. He is a patsy. He doesn't even know it. Nah. This is why you don't make deals with the devil. All right? This is why when there's pure greed involved in your head, in your life, in your mind, in your universe, because in my opinion, I see Corbell, Doty, as somebody like that. Like that. I can't explain it. People look at me, hear me, they get their own idea of who I am and what I am. I know because sometimes they message me and let me know about it. Which is interesting, by the way, because I understand why people wouldn't like me. I totally understand it. I'm definitely not talking like anybody else. Maybe Stephen Cambion and I are similar in the way we have the same message, but there's I guess you may not think so, but it's a passion. I saw some things. I know what I saw. I know I couldn't explain it. I had something in my house when I was younger, and me and my ex-wife saw a ball of light come in the freaking house and across the bedroom, into the bathroom, and it went into the closet and then went back out through the window it came in. Smelled like static electricity. We were both frightened. I couldn't stop shaking. After it happened. When it happened, it was calming. It was very weird. You could hear this pulsing. It was a ball of light. I mean, that is by far one of the coolest things. See, I was going to mention that on a Conflict Radio show, but I went with the other story with the light flasher. He said, what was the most exciting thing that you've ever experienced? Two totally different things. Yeah, the one with the light pointer, the laser pointer, when that light in the sky flashed back at me, like, whew, I thought for sure it was a star. And I was going to whip out the app on the phone and see what star it was. I literally watched that thing shrink into nothingness in the same spot. I did get it on video for a second, and then it stopped working. And I thought that because I whipped it up, had it like this, and started recording. And because I have these little hoops here, I think what I did, I moved and I hit the stop button after 10 seconds. But I thought I was still recording because I still see the screen. So that wasn't easy with the dog's leash and everything. So I probably hit the button. Damn it. Yeah, I never looked back on that video. Every time I looked at it, I said, there's nothing to see. I was too far away. You can see it there, but it wasn't anything that you wouldn't think was just a star or an airplane. You can't really tell. So I never really looked back at it. Some weird stuff out there. And I like to see that come from Patsy. Who is it? Patsy Doty. It's hard not to say. See, I don't mind saying Jeremy Corbell because the name's kind of sounds dickish to me, you know. Like, you're such a Jeremy Corbell. Like, you would actually call somebody that name. You know what I mean? So I don't mind saying it, but I'll remember Patsy Doty. I'm going to keep using the mixtures of names. I'll use what I want when I feel like it. How's that? Anyway, I'm getting messages now from people during the show. So let's see what I got here. Oh, it's on Discord. That's weird. I thought I turned that off. Oh, righty. Oh, so to finish my point about bringing up Corbell and all that stuff, not only are we not seeing real UFOs from aliens, we haven't seen any in years. On that Showtime special, I believe they showed and I think I'm right, they showed the O'Hare sighting. Like, there wasn't video or pictures for a long time on that, but apparently they found some that I've never seen. So that was interesting to see that O'Hareans. It was very grainy, no detail whatsoever. See, that's the problem I have. If Corbell's not bringing us anything, And the Pentagon is approving that stuff and saying, yeah, that's a real video. They never admitted that they were real UFOs. They said, that's a real video. The video's real. We don't know about the objects. We're not going to mention anything about it, but the video's real. That's the message they gave us. Pentagon said that video is real. It's from Israel. What'd he say? So then I have to think, holy mackerel. Everything that I've come to believe has been debunked. Everything I believed in has been explained. People that I've trusted have turned into people I can't trust. And the field has been so muddied down with the internet, fakes, misinformation, disinformation, bad information, that we would not know a real UFO video if it was put on the internet right now. We wouldn't know it. We would call it fake. We would say it's definitely not real without doing any research, because that's what we do. And we will shoot it down until somebody says, actually, this is real. And that never happens. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. The closest that I think we got was from that Monday night football game last year, when the people were getting out of their cars along the turnpike thinking they were seeing a UFO, but it was the blimp. It was a new type of blimp with an advertising screen that kind of moved. It was animated. But the excitement that was on the side of that freeway must have been palpable. People must have been thinking they were seeing aliens, a real UFO. That's a feeling you just don't get. That you never really get it. It's a good feeling. I had that with the Fleet video and my Triangle videos. It's a good feeling when you think you're looking at something that's intelligent. There's no feeling like it. It's weird. It's fake. It's so real, it seems fake. It's surreal. I guess that's what surreal is. Hold on, I got to change the background. That's last night. So I'm going to go in my little ship here with my, that's my, what do you call it? What do you call him? Yeah, I know it says Futurian, but I like it. That's my robot. I don't know. I don't call him anything. No name, Iggy. It's Iggy. All right, we got a lot more. And just to end that whole conversation about the field we're in, I don't think we will ever see real UFO footage unless it comes from the public, right? And it needs to be done a certain way that it doesn't look fake. That's all. I just don't see that happening. Everything looks fake. Well, everything is. See, this is what bothers me. The whole field. Here, you know, we were just talking about it recently. Travis Walton and Mike Rogers. Some serious people think it was seriously faked. They think that there's enough evidence that it's a hoax. So you know what that means? What's left? Who's left? Who's left that has given us iconic stories of alien visit to Whitley Strieber? Who else? Betty and Barney Hill? Are they still legit? Billy Meyer? Huh? Who else is out there? The guy at Gulf Breeze? That dude? Who else? What else is going to be debunked? On that UFO show, I believe it was episode 1, they talked about the Phoenix Lights not really being alien technology. A 1 to 2 mile wide craft that flew silently over the heads of people on March 13th, 1997, around 8 to 8:15, 8:30, Tucson. This object is now thought from one inventor, and I think, what do they call him? A physicist? I don't know. He designed a balloon-like apparatus that the only shape that gave it a perfect stability and everything it needed was the boomerang shape, you know, the V. What is it? V. The V shape, vector. And they designed this thing, and I wish I had the video of it. I can't play it because, you know, it's showtime. But they said that when they were building these things, they were building them for NASA because NASA wanted to fly as high as possible in the atmosphere and then eventually make it into space with the same material. And the guy says I think either was bought out of the contract after a decade, but when he saw the news about the Phoenix Lights, he wasn't even a witness to it. He said, an object over a mile wide that moved silently. He said, that's it. He said, they mastered my design. They mastered it. So he thinks it's that from the 70s or early 80s, whenever. Long time. He thinks they mastered this technology and they were flying a craft over Arizona. You know what people saw? They saw a craft that you could see through. You can't see through this thing. And they said when the stars went by, you could see the star like get bubbled out and then you can see it go over it. Not only that, the lights that were connected to the Phoenix Lights, you know, they were inside like a canister, they said. Everybody said the same thing. And the lights were swirling as if it was one with the ship, as if it were alive. Yeah, that's your technology there, sweet cakes. Sorry. Nice try, Buttercup. So what is it? Aliens? Why would we fly a craft all the way from Nevada, Henderson, Laughlin, and then Kingman, Arizona, go through Pine Top, down the center, Sedona, cut the state right in half, go right over the freeway, all the way to Payson, cut down Globe, right over Phoenix, and then goes right over the freeway. And I told you guys this story before. For those of you who are new, this is very interesting. Those of you who used to live in Arizona may have remembered this because it has now been removed. But there used to be on State Route 51 Indian stuff like the Kokopelli. You know, they would have certain words and that were on the side as art alongside the freeway. And I never knew what it said, but I had asked and I took pictures of the stuff, and other people have asked and done shows about it. That it said along the freeway, welcome star people, something like, and it gave an arrow, like it was telling it where to go. And the Phoenix Lights flew right over that. Well, wouldn't you know it? some years ago, they removed all of that stuff off the freeway and put new art up there, and some of it hasn't even been replaced when I moved. I can't believe they removed that. Welcome Star People. And there's a mountain that the Phoenix Lights went over, and it's called the Estrella Mountains. Mountains to the stars. A lot of strangeness with the Phoenix Lights. What you saw on video is not what really happened. Was that the craft? Possibly. It was pretty big. But highly unlikely. Because why would aliens do that? 20, how long is it? Almost 25 years now. 24 years? Why not do anything? What's the point? You have to ask yourself, why do all of that get tens of thousands of people to notice you, get worldwide attention? Because that Phoenix Lights story went international. They talk about it on that show, the Showtime UFO, in episode 1. But why do all of that if you're not going to follow it up with, maybe in a year or two, you do something like do it in another city, or have it happen in 2 cities at the same time, or countries or continents? Nothing. So then that makes me think, what are they waiting for? 2 generations have gone by. And people forgot about, not 100%, but we're getting old. No rush on this. I mean, by the time, the next time you do something, half my life will be over. So that makes me think this is nothing to do with alien. Why bother? You're going to make yourselves visible? Just because you want to see how we'll react? See if we're ready for it? We're ready for it. In some way or another, I believe if you wait any longer, and I'm talking to the aliens right now, you wait any longer, it's going to be all for naught. It just doesn't make sense. So why bother? And then you want to, we could talk about it, but I don't see the logic in talking about it because there's no proof of alien abductions. Many people have tried, and to me, I don't know. I don't understand why our brain, if it was dreams, even before, see, that's the whole thing. This, it's hard to put, social media is still, it's not that it's new anymore. It's still in its infancy stages. It's still being worked out, I think, right? We've only got a couple of companies that seem to control what we say. Things aren't really where I think social media should be. We've gone backwards. I think we were heading in the right direction, but a few people got scared and it changed everything. I don't know what the truth was getting out. I mean, as a society, and I only know American society, we're assholes. And don't take that personally. I mean, as a collective, I'm included. It's weird. having a smartphone. Because I remember what it was like when I didn't have one and I was doing more shit. A lot more stuff. I was outside. I was working out. I'm not saying that's now the reason, but it isn't helping. And don't get me wrong, I like to watch a lot of TV, a lot of sports. Hell, I even learned rugby. That's how much I want. It's not for me. Hey, Hellfire Studios with a $5 super chat. 70 more years and a couple more world wars, and the ETs will think about trying again. Yeah, I hear you there. It may take another 70 years. Thank you very much. Because if it's another 70 years and it doesn't mean anything, what am I doing? Hellfire Studio with a $5 super chat right into the kitty cat. Thank you very much. If you want to help support, you know where the links are. Don't forget to resubscribe or subscribe to GUFON. Some people have been contacting me, and I brought it up a few days ago, that people were getting unsubbed. People were getting unsubbed from GUFON. So just double check. Yep. All right. Oh, you know, then we got to deal with this stuff. UFOs over Vegas. Stephen Barone. I'm not going to play a lot of stuff here, but, you know, for a guy who has been on TV now, he was on a show. It's really odd to see this guy getting any type of publicity at all. And I'll show you in a minute. Now, there was somebody here who went off on me because they didn't like what I said about Steve Barone. Hey, Earthly Awakenings 82 with a $5 super chat says, I'm alone here about things. No joke. My family turns away from it. Yeah, I know, right, man? Right? That's a good point. My family doesn't look into it. I mean, if it was something that was in the paper or on TV, they'd watch it, but they're not going to go in. Nobody studies it like we do. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Earthly Awakenings 82. Appreciate it. That's a GUFON. Mucho gusto, generoso. What's that? I know. It's Barone. Just an example. So I won't say who it was, but somebody who comes to the show, and I haven't seen him but a few times since he yelled at me, said didn't like the way I was talking about him. He's captured the most incredible things. And I'm like, dude. So everybody else I talked about, I told this person, you were okay with, but Steve Barone? So it was okay when I made fun of other people who just like Steve Barone. But when I got to Steve Barone, for some reason, you like the guy. Steve Barone does something very good. He plays psychological games. He records things from a distance. He lives on the outskirts, not really on the outskirts of Vegas, but you can see the airport or airports from where he lives. And I'm sure there's a lot of things out there that are flying around at all time. It's Vegas, man. All right. It is always active. And this guy has turned it into a channel. But what he does is very smart. He takes the regular speed and speeds it up 2 to 3 times, because airplanes at a distance don't go that fast, and they're crossing the screen. So he speeds them up. Now, when airplanes come in for a landing, depending on the airport, depending on the weather, depending on a lot of variables. Sometimes airplanes meander, go back and forth or circle or do whatever they have to do, either to wait their turn, to wait out weather, next in line, but they have a landing pattern that they follow. And if you look at his videos, he speeds them up so you can see how and where they're going a lot faster. And plus it looks cooler. So he doesn't show you the original speed at first. He shows you the double or triple the speed, because that's what you're going to remember when you're watching his videos. Because most people on the internet who click on those videos only watch them for a minute or two. They don't spend. So he puts that in the front of the video most of the time. And then later on, he'll show you, here's regular speed. You can see why I sped it up. It just looks cool. But he's capturing a lot of planes. One of his videos, it was a search and rescue training, whatever you're calling it. They train for that stuff. Something came out of the object and then went back up in it. And then it went over here, and then something came out of it, then went back up in it. Then it came back, and it did the same thing. And he's like, they're unloading, so something dropping out of it. I'm like, oh, brother. All you had to do was call down Station 1-4, and they were doing those training missions. But he didn't bother calling. He didn't bother driving down. It was so close to him, he could have drove. That's Barone. All right? No research all the time. Just get the camera out, and if it looks good, I'll make it even better. Look, here's the airport. He lives over here. There's the big airport there, lots of planes. Look at all the planes. He's showing you plane. Well, I want to see what he's shooting first, then we'll get back to it. Come on. It's not skimming it the right way. I need to see the squidding. I'd rather be squidding. What the
You
hell?
guys enjoy it.
Oh, I'd rather watch that. 5 times actual speed. See, I told you. I never watched this video. This is the first time. I just chose it because they're all the same. Oh, I'm so great. Thanks to Rick Rickled for his beautiful musical creation called Out of the Abyss. SoundCloud. Oh, so I really shouldn't be playing that? Okay. And the other reason he doesn't show you in the normal speed. I almost forgot, but I just saw it and it reminded me. The other reason you speed it up, so you don't see the flashing lights, but you see them anyway. These are 2 airplanes at a distance. Those could be 10 miles away, and it would only look like it's up the street because that's how shit works. Watch, you can see the flashing lights. Stupid. Dumb. Barone. That's it. Now I got a beautiful video to share with you from Jamal Dennis. Jamal has 2 subscribers, but this was sent to me by Jamal. Take a look. Can you believe this? It's real. That's a real UFO. It is. YL. Look, something came out of it. Did you see that? Who sent this to me? This is great. Oh, did it take off? Hold on, let's see.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What was that, Darth Vader?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Look. Ooh, pretty. Look at that. You're going to tell me that's fake? Why is that fake? Why is that fake? They slowed down the voice. Oh, I see. They slowed down that person's voice. That was weird. How come this is fake? Why can't this be real? Seriously, why can't that be real? Seriously. Because it looks fake? Because of this part, right? Where it takes off because it looks like...
Oh my god.
It looks fake.
Oh my god.
Oh, that looked good. That looked good there.
Oh my god.
Doesn't it look real to you? No. Look, it's Nipple Mountain. I mean, come on. And what better place to launch a UFO? Right off of Nippolectia. It's Nipple Mountain. That's Nickelodeon. Hey, what mountain you want to go shoot the UFO? Let's go over to Nipple Mountain. Yeah? What? Nipple Mountain? Yeah. It's over there by Breast Village. Huh? You got to go through Breast Village to get the Nipple Mountain. You got to go around the curve, right? You go all the way around Areola, the center. What are you talking about? I don't know. Somebody gave me directions one day. What? All right. Here is a solar impulse landing at Sky Harbor International. This is new technology, right? This is the landing of a solar impulse experimental airplane at Sky Harbor International Airport. This was in 2013. Solar impulse landed at 12:30 a.m. Full approach is recorded in this video. Airplane landed on the runway. Historic moment for the aviation as solar-powered airplane completed its first leg of the journey across the U.S. Recorded with the Canon Vixia HF-10. Early stages of the video are dark because airplane was landing at 12:30 in the morning with no moon in the sky. If anyone wants to work with the video to make the airplane more visible, please call me. I'll send you the full 750 megabyte video. Giddy up.
This thing is huge.
So when we were seeing the two reds, one flashing, that was the tail and the port wings.
So he's gonna take a really.
Turn it on, Joe.
Oh, there you go.
There's your UFOs, guys.
Wow.
Do you understand? Awesome. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm showing you everything that's in the sky tonight. You haven't even realized it. This is another one. I bet you Dr. Greer has a model that looks just like this, calling it a UFO. Talk about a cosmic hoax.
That is awesome.
Watch. This is beautiful. That is a UFO, whether you like it or not. And that looks like a lot of TR-3B experimental craft drawings. It looks like a triangle. It looks like it has like a V to it. Wow. Almost does, doesn't it? Look, it's turning. It's going to go completely upside down.
Well, you got this. Maneuvering that thing.
That's not the cameraman spinning his camera. That is your UFO. You can't hear it. Beautiful, right? All right. Holy crap, that looks like something I recorded. I wonder if I recorded that, the city in the sky. Hold on a second. Oh, it's not gonna. Here it is. Look at this is what I captured one night. There it is. Similar, right? Kind of reminds me of it. Watch over here. Here's another part of it. The red light. At the end here where it got big. I know, real shaky. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, you guys aren't seeing it? Sorry. Yeah, pretty similar. Not there, but I was showing you earlier. It kind of has the same kind of look to it in a way. It's like there's lights there. These kept changing. It's pretty odd. Here it is again. Pretty weird. Saw it for 5 hours. It just went around the city. So I'm thinking it might be an experimental craft of some sort. Changed shape and yeah, it's pretty weird. I saw 2 sets of shooting stars that came from the north and headed south. And then this object came out of nowhere right after that. It happened twice. That looks like a helicopter, I know, but it's not. The lights they're going sideways. And no flashing lights or anything. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it looked like far away. And then here's what it looked like at the end. Red and green, but is that one airplane or what? I've never seen anything like it. The back lights are flashing. You can see the lights turning on and off. It was pretty weird. But it hung around till 5 a.m. I taped it for almost 2 hours straight, on and off. And then I went to go charge it, and then I fell asleep. Probably around 4:15, 4:30 outside. And never wound up taping it again. I watched it, then the sun came up. Yeah. Back then, yeah, I didn't have the tripod at the time, I don't think. I don't remember. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, I did have the tripod. That's right, I did. But that was all from the same craft. It changed all those different shapes. Really weird. Like now I see, the red and green. You would think that would mean it was one big craft. But when I looked through the binoculars at it, it looked, I drew a picture of it the best I could. And it looked like it was a block that went this way and a block that went that way. And they were kind of like one was longer than the other. Like in the front here, that was the shorter version of the one on the left. So it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't look like it here, but when I had the binoculars on it, man, it just looked nothing like this. You could see, it looked like there were holes or tubes where the lights were. So what you're looking at when you see those lights, remember that's a high 8 camera in 2004. So you're not going to get your HD quality. That I'll be lucky if that's 240. But with the binoculars, you can see the light when it lit up the area around it. It looked like there were all tubes around there. Like the thing was made out of tubes. That's it. Black tubes. That's all I could tell you. Everywhere around those lights, it looked like I was looking, the reflection, it looked like tubes, or maybe they were nodes, like bumps. I can't explain it. Weird, very strange. Very odd night. My wife saw it at the time. I woke her up to come see it. Got confirmation on camera. Always get confirmation. I didn't even know I was going to show that. It's just a weird one. All right, let's get into what happened on Twitter. Oh boy. Okay, so here, Tommy Zito put out a tweet the other day. It says, looks like the congressman is getting a head start on our meeting. Box 1 has been checked. I was looking for a written statement regarding UAP. It's here. This said, we still have so much more to talk about. At Chris Mellon Luelzano, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for, here it says the Congress of the United States, House of Representatives, July 29, 2021. Mr. Thomas Zito, dear Mr. Zito, thank you for contacting me regarding the UAP task force. I appreciate hearing from you on such an important issue because it enables me to better represent the beliefs and values of our district. Sorry. In August 2020, the Department of Defense established the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, the UAPTF, is led by the Department of Navy and the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security. The DoD established the UAPTF to better understand UAPs and to detect, analyze, and catalog UAPs which could pose a threat to national security. Unidentified objects and unauthorized aircraft endanger sensitive military ranges and facilities. I support the work of the UAPTF and effort to provide transparency on UAP activity to the public. That comes from Ed Perlmutter, member of Congress, who is going to approve. He voted for it. I guess that's what that's saying. Please continue contacting me about the issues important to you. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Ed Perlmutter. 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 Oh, there's a name. Edward Perlmutter. Jesus, he got beat up, huh? Damn. Should have named the guy Jimmy. Coming to bat, Jimmy. Perlmutter. That would sound better than Ed. Perlmutter. Doesn't sound right. That's interesting. They're getting them. That was nice that they got their congressman to do that. Okay, this is a good one. This comes from Christoph. Seeing this thing through international eyes, maybe we'll see something at the UN. It's no surprise, as this is a natural and expected next step for the U.S. government, formalizing the UAPTF, Elizondo told the Deflate, and giving it authority to access information across the government. Elizondo, who until 2017 ran the Pentagon's ATIP, which looked at UAP, said the provisions in the FY22 Intelligence Authorization Act are necessary and prudent to shed more light on this phenomenon. Elizondo added, we must remain cognizant of the fact that foreign adversaries have an interest in this topic as well. Therefore, we must assume we are not the only ones taking this action. Way to go, Lou! Lou, hey, Big Lou. Hey, go, Lou. Tell him, Lou. Gonna go international, yeah! UAPTPF, yo! LBGTQ, yo, yeah! Put it together. UAPTF LGBTQ. Yeah. I feel strong, Lou. Lou Elizondo says that we may be going international. That's right. Lou Elizondo today reported that FP22 may be an international thing. UAP across the world? News at 5, 4, 3, 2. Lou Elizondo, man who used to run ATIP, director of ATIP, now has formally resigned the ATIP program to go work with TTSA. This just in. Lou was fired from TTSA and now is working independently. This just in. Lou Elizondo has gone missing. If anybody knows where he or Jeremy Corbell is, please contact the DOD, the FDA, or the UAPTF LGBTQ. We'll be back in a few moments after this this message from Douche. Do you sometimes feel not so fresh? Do you sometimes feel, well, you just don't want to get up and walk away from that conversation? Well, this may be for you guys. It's called UAPTF. All right, let's listen to this. This looks like a little bit of history. This came from Mark. Top secret UFO projects on Netflix.
This attitude, in your opinion?
It's not a brief story, but it goes back to 19...
Wow, I don't know if you can hear this. You may want to turn this up.
Taken this attitude, in your opinion?
It's not a brief story, but it goes back to 1953 when a CIA involved...
Oh my God, I was just talking like this guy. That's hilarious. They did talk that way. They did talk that way.
...involved investigation was held. As a result of the extremely heavy wave of sightings in 1952, the CIA and Air Force became so concerned over the sheer number of reports that were tying up American intelligence channels that they wanted to get this signal out of the system, asked the Air Force, the CIA asked the Air Force for a debunking policy. The literal wording was to debunk the flying saucers, to decrease public interest in the UFOs. Regulations were promulgated very shortly that made it a crime punishable with, I think it's $10,000 fine and or 10 years in prison to release any information at airbase level on UFOs. And as a result of that, in a sequence of steady downgrading, the whole problem has been essentially lost from scientific sight in the U.S. and nothing resembling any scientific investigation that were tying up...
That's ufology. That's UFology, as the kids say. Can't say it right, shouldn't say it at all. Shane Rodriguez with a $10 super chat. Just because you got me laughing. Love you, Richie. And, well, he knew too much, had to whack him. True. He did. He knew too much. Who, Lou? Thank you very much, Shane Rodriguez, with a super duper super chat. $10. Goes right into the GUFON recovery program. I don't know. Thank you very much, Shane. I appreciate it. Hey, anytime you support, it is recovery. Trust me, it is. It is. Thank you very much, man. Mucho gusto, generoso. Rodriguez. Oh, Rodriguez-san. See, a lot of people don't know that I actually speak Russian. Tyler realized that. He realized it. He saw me speaking Russian on that one show. And I just used my Russian American accent to throw everybody off. This is not good. Because when you speak like this, it doesn't do you any, how you say, does this? I don't know. Huh? Oh, that's Italian. What? Yeah, let's go here. Okay, that'll work. Oh, I said it yesterday. Paul Hellyer died. Former defense minister of Canada, Paul Hellyer, passed away. He was a true champion, UFO and economic transparency. Who wrote this? He was a true champion UFO and economic transparency. Frickin' A. Siri. And had no illusions about the CIA misinformation in the field. I interviewed Paul back in 2015 and it was powerful. You know, never mind. I like dark journalists, so. Why do you got to say that? I'm going to say it anyway. Why do you have to say it? I interviewed him in 2015 and it was powerful. If he would have just said all the other stuff and not say self-promoting, dirty. Very selfish. He doesn't give a shit about Paul Hellyer. Paul Hellyer's dead. He's dead. What's for lunch? I mean, that's all. That's all Paul Hellyer got from Dark Journalist. What's that? Oh, and he's opening up his lunch. They put tomatoes on it. Paul Hellyer died. Huh? Tomatoes. Paul Hellyer died. They put tomatoes on my thing. Did you hear what I said? I said Paul Hellyer died. Yeah, I know. I got tomatoes on my sandwich. You know who Paul Hellyer is. You interviewed him in 2015. Ooh, I should put that on Twitter. And that's how that came out. Hey, strong guy, Paul Hellyer. Yeah. I interviewed him. Yeah. Notch on the belt. Good going, dark journalist. So, according to alien scientist, Netflix UFO top secret files is complete trash. Don't waste your time. How I wish I had a production team like that to get some real information out. What is wrong with me? Did I not watch this? And how come I'm not remembering? I think I did watch it. Hold on. Oh, I think I did. Let's see. Trending, binge-worthy only. Where's my continue watching? Here we go. Oh, yeah, I did. Top secret UFO projects declassified. Hold on.
Has a life-changing experience.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's talk about this Netflix special alien scientist. Of course, it sucked because it isn't for you or me. All they did was review the whole 2 years that just passed. That's it. 4 years. Then went back to 2017 with the additional Lou Elizondo to TTSA. Really, all this Netflix thing is for people who do not know anything that's going on in the field. It was just an update. That's why it sucked. So I agree with alien scientist. Give us that team. We'll tell them where to go research and what information to get, and we'll make the documentary. We've been saying that forever. As a matter of fact, I know Third Phase of Moon is coming out with part 2 of Countdown to Disclosure. And it's going to be unreal, honest to God. I'm not just saying that. They broke records with the one they made, but this one's, I think, even better. It is. It's better. It's way better. Not way better, but it's better. I don't want to say it's way better, but there's something about it. You're going to love it. I don't know, September, October-ish, I think it'll be out on Netflix again. No, Amazon Prime. It's a good one. But I want to make a documentary. The thing is, I mean, like one like about the current state of ufology through my eyes. But I don't know, like not just through my eyes. Like I would get questions from you guys. I mean, I would do research that way and see what my audience thinks. I would throw that in there, just as a small part of the film. Like, here's what the general public thinks. I'd use my UAP study that we did on the Santa Monica Pier where nobody knew what a UAP was, but we did find a guy who knew what it was. But he was an older guy, and if the government and TTSA were looking to go younger with Tom DeLonge, it didn't work. Because they didn't even know what UFO meant. Unidentified object. Yeah, but what is the F? F. Oh. So, if they don't know what UAP is, they hardly know what UFO means. Most people know what UFO means, but that one guy said unidentified object. I couldn't believe it. Maybe he was nervous. I don't know. They got a lot of work to do. And I think we could do that. I think we can show, or I could show, how the system is working against us. It's not really helping ufology go forward. They're not pushing ufology forward. You may think they are, but they're not. Trust me when I tell you this. I'm not saying this just to get, oh, he's being different. No, I'm not. Ufology is not moving forward. Now, I understand there's been more conversation. Okay, great. But the evidence sucks. We talked about that earlier, and we usually do every night. Jeremy Corbell brought us nothing that looked like a UFO. Absolutely nothing. So take him, put him aside. Then let's look at Knapp. Knapp brought in those photos. Shitty photos. One was even called a balloon. Put him on the side. All right. Elizondo is only trying to throw disinformation out. He's like Doty. Just like, what's that? What a freaking Patsy Corbell, whatever her name is. Crazy Patsy. So everything that we are seeing being talked about that's been on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox really is nothing. It's a big nothing burger, as the kids like to say. And I hate it because I don't know if I'm getting jaded or I've been in it and heard it all, but I'm waiting for something new to come out, and it's never anything new. Yeah, we've learned about the Admiral Wilson files over the last couple of years and how that may or may not be a hoax. And we heard from whistleblowers who may or may not be what they say they are. We heard Linda Moulton Howdy Doody, with her special secret ops agents in Antarctica and all that, and whether that's real or not, nobody knows. There's a lot of things that have been thrown out there that we can't verify. Then you look at what they're doing at Skinwalker Ranch, trying to throw Bigelow into that mix. They did that on that show on Showtime, throwing him in there. But no proof. No proof. Do you really think the government, the Pentagon, would give Jeremy Corbell access to that kind of data? No. George Knapp is supposedly sitting on a lot of stuff, as is Corbell, unless they're working together, which we know they are because Knapp's Corbell's mentor. We know all that. Don't forget. So they're supposedly sitting on, as Corbell said, the tip of the iceberg. Well, if that's the tip of the iceberg, I don't want to know what's underneath. I would rather just stay at the tip at this point. If you're starting off with this, and you're trying to hook me in and make me believe you're going to give me something good, it's like crying wolf. But we're in ufology, and we'll allow it because we are desperate for that one. It only takes one. Everybody's waiting for the one because it only takes one to change everything. That's it. And if we can get that one, we'll forgive you for all the other bullshit you put us through. But until then, you got to get smart. Do your own research. Don't believe me. What do I know? I don't know anything. I know what you know. I know what you tell me. And when I say you, I mean the internet. I hear people saying, oh, so-and-so works closely with this person, and there's so much, oh, you're not going to believe what's coming up. Nothing happens. Oh, so-and-so knows this person has access to a lot of stuff. You should hear the stories. Nothing. Everybody wants to know somebody who heard something. Everybody wants to know somebody who has evidence. And anytime somebody comes out with a whistleblower or a video or a picture or a great story, it's nothing. And if Travis Walton turns out to be a hoax, because if that's proven to be a hoax, and it just might have been, and we're all to blame for that one. No, why would we be to blame? That's stupid. We want it to be real. I want it to be real. So, you know, I won't forgive Corbell, but if he comes up with a video that will, but it'll never happen. It'll never happen. I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime. And the way things have gone silent is the way it's been done for years. They will get everybody riled up. The media will talk. Look, TMZ was even in on the UFO. TMZ was even in on this. That's how good ufology was for 180 days. That last month, up until June 25th, and then nothing. How do you feel? I would have loved to have seen UFO Jesus's face when he saw that preliminary report. I waited all the fucking time for this. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, that kid lost it. Guarantee it. He took his Nerf ball and he ripped it apart. He took his Stretch Armstrong, threw it in the freezer. He got mad. He had to have. How could UFO Jesus not have been mad? He was the big cheerleader for that. Oh, it's going to be disclosure. Started out, it's going to be disclosure. Then it went to, oh, maybe it'll be disclosure. And then turn, oh, they'll probably give us nothing. It was nice to see that transition in learning style in 6 months. We're going to have disclosure in 5 years. He's not mentioning that anymore. He's learned. The thing is, have you learned anything over the last 6 months? Lou Elizondo is not what he may be. He's counterintelligence. So was Richard Doty. Okay. And if Richard Doty was going around to UFO witnesses and confusing them and giving them bad information, is that what Lou was doing for ATIP? That's almost MIB type of activity in street clothes. Jeremy Corbell gave us nothing. He may be more like Richard Doty than anybody else at this point because Jeremy Corbell gave us stories. Here's a UFO storm that was came over the USS Russell and they were swarmed by UFOs and we only see one moving. Great. Good. Wow. What do you mean it's a plane? Jesus, Jeremy. It's no wonder Jeremy Corbell gets defensive before anybody says anything to him. He posts stuff now that are more or less like, hey, you're already going to be mad at me and call me a loser, but here's a great analysis. You better start doing that, mister, because you haven't proven who you are. Well, no, wait, no. You've proven who you are. I want to do the opposite. Whatever you're thinking the right thing is, it's the opposite of that. Okay? That's it. You have to live like George Costanza did on Seinfeld for that one summer, the summer of George. Every instinct George has ever had was the wrong one. So his devotion for the summer was to do the opposite. That's how he got the job. George Steinbrenner goes, she goes, oh, this is my so-and-so's friend, Mr. George Costanza. Steinbrenner puts out his hand and he goes, nice to meet you. And George goes, you have disgraced my Yankees into an obliteration, into a laughing stock. And George Steinbrenner goes, hire this man. Because George did the opposite. I want Corbell to start doing the opposite. Because you are Patsy Doty right now. You are the Patsy of ufology, whether you like it or not. They're making you look foolish. And if you say no, nobody's twisting your arm, I believe it. I believe you are signing a deal with the devil. Be careful what you wish for. Corbell, Corbell, Corbell. He'll lie to you when you're sleeping. He lies when you're awake. He lies because he makes that cash and he knows it's for no sake of goodness comes from Corbell. He sees you in the... I can't think anymore. I can't do this anymore. All right, let's get out of here. That's it. I want to thank my moderators and super chatters. Without you, this show does not run smoothly, and it doesn't run at all. So support GUFON the best you can. And you did, and I appreciate it. Don't forget, you could also use PayPal and Cash App and all the other. The links are in the description and also on the homepage of GUFON. And thank you, moderators and super chatters. Appreciate that. And PayPal people, all that stuff. And veterans and newcomers, thank you for hanging out. Because all I ask for, 5 to 15 minutes? Give the show 5 to 15. You like it, you come back, you subscribe it, no big deal. And please check to make sure you're subscribed. And give a big thumbs up. Share it to one person, just one. Tell them why. Tell them Rich sent you. And go over to Thomas FESSLER. He's got an incredible interview coming up in 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Go. See you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. And don't forget Third Phase of Moon and Third Phase UFO Report. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. Good night, everybody.
I don't know what you're complaining about. All you have to do is go to sleep. I'm not asking you to come with me. I was there. I know you wouldn't. You're scared of your own shadow and terrified of dear Uncle Gustav. Yes, I am. Well, I'm not. I don't care if he does find me gone. The cow will protect me. Frida, I beg you. Think about what you're doing. Everyone says he's a wicked man. What about it? Who wants to be good if being good is singing hymns and praying all day long? He's doing what's best for us, I'm sure. It might be best for you. It's not for me. I'm going, and you might as well stop arguing about it. And I warn you, if you dare tell on me, Frida, you know I wouldn't do that. I'm just telling you. You know what will happen if you do. Stop it, you're hurting me not half as much as I will if you don't keep quiet.